I was tricked into thinking that working a 9 to 5 is not good, is a bad thing. If you work a 9 to 5, like your whole life is just shit, basically. And this ended up that causing me to do things that weren't actually who I am. I'm not gonna go into it because I've said it a million times, but instead of just enjoying my sort of journey of enjoying the side hustles, enjoying the work and the process, I ended up just trying to rush everything to the point of that I was going to leave my job when I wasn't even making money. Some people would call that commitment, some people would call it stupid. And I won't lie, it was stupid because in the back of my mind, I knew that I didn't really want to do it, but I was, far into this journey. I'd invested a lot of money, a lot of time. I backed myself into a corner essentially because I was like, oh, well, if I quit, like, I'm a quitter. Like, I've put all this time into it and I'm quitting just because I'm not getting the results that I want. Rather than just looking at it and thinking, you know what, this actually isn't for me. Let me use my time rather than putting it into these side hustles. Let me just use my time to find something that I actually want to do. And then I sort of came out. I was like, I will stop. If something comes round, I will stop and I will do it. And that's what I done because I did get to the point where I was like, no, like this isn't good. This isn't who you are as a person. You need to just stop it. And that's what I done. And then I started the Instagram stuff, whatever. Now I'm doing this. From an outsider, it probably sounds like I was quitting and giving up. Trust me, watch the videos I made. I did not quit. I done it. I stopped because I found something that I actually wanted to do. But what I'm trying to get at is social media nowadays. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I guess it is just social media as a whole. There are people, I'm 21 years old and I know people my age that are flipping, buying houses and, they own G-Wagons and they're just doing crazy, crazy stuff. And it's easy to look at it and think, shit, like I've got to get that. Like, I need to live that life, or I need to start seeing some results with what I'm doing. And I guess I kind of fell into that category of I wanted I wouldn't put it down as fast success because I was woke to sort of the journey a lot more than what a lot of people were in the space I was in. But I was sort of made to feel like with me working a 9 to 5, I was a bit of I was just a loser really. That's how people made me feel. And then I started believing it and then I got in and I was like, nah, like, the 9 to 5 is shit, like it's so bad. I'm not gonna say it's the best thing in the world. I won't lie to you because I don't believe that myself. But it's a stepping stone that you do need to go through, and it will teach you a hell of a lot because it has me. Everyone's got to go through it, and the days of just accepting that building something big takes time and it takes a lot of work. They're gone. Everyone's promoting the fast success and stuff like this. You gotta have it all figured out by a young age. Is not true. Is not true. The people that you look up to now, their journey started years before. This is my view on it. Some people, they get success a little bit later on because maybe they started later on. And other people, like, let's take for example athletes, right? Let's go Lamine Yamal. He plays for Barcelona. He's like, it's 17, 18 years old. I think he might be 18 now. And people will look at him and be like, shit, like 18 years old. Flipping out like he's made it so young, but his journey would have started at 6 years old or 4 years old. I don't know the exact facts, but that's not just oh yeah, he was 16 years old and then he made it when he was 17. That was a 1 years. That was a 1 year journey. He could have started at 4 years old, and he probably did, because everyone starts football when they're young. And then he broke into the first team at 16 years old, so it could have been a 10, 12 year journey. Okay, like, that's how you got to see it. With me, like, I started my sort of journey to working towards this, path that I'm on now. I started that when I was 18. Now I'm 21. So, God willing, this does happen. Let's say I make it. Come the end of 2026, my channel's blown up. It's not just been by that point it'd be like a 14-month journey. It's not been that. It's been, a 3+ year journey. Nearly 4 years. Because I started April 2023, I think it was. It must have been April 23. Let me look. Yeah, I know it is April 2023. So it's like, it's nearly a 4 year journey. And then people may look at it and think, oh yeah, like he started in October, like October 2025, and come October 2026, his channel blew up, but they don't realize that I went through a lot to get to this moment. And people won't tell you that. People won't really tell you that. And I think people also just sort of skim over that. And then the people that are making it at, a young age or very, very quick, they don't understand that way, what it takes and the hard work that it takes, so they can't necessarily speak on that. But yeah, I'm just here to tell you, like, you don't have to have it all figured out. Absolutely not. Because I don't even know, some people may look at these videos and think, oh yeah, like, this guy, like, he seems like he knows what he's on about. In certain areas I do, but it took a lot to get here. Trust me, I've made a lot of mistakes. But I wouldn't change it, because I always say, if I hadn't invested thousands and thousands of pounds into mentors and believed I was going to be doing these certain side hustles and was going to be quitting my job and doing all this crazy stuff, I wouldn't be able to create these videos. So it's definitely worth it. But just keep your head down, stay focused, ignore all the noise. I know it's hard, but you've got to. Otherwise, it will just drive you insane and you will lose all your momentum and feel like you're behind and giving up. But this is God's timing, or if you don't believe in God, it's just a timing of life. You just got to trust that. Trust the process, not your feelings.